Okay, so I'm going to go over this worksheet with you in case you're still a little lost on factoring. Go through this video, go through this worksheet. If you're still confused, then you should go online and really Google factoring. There are about 100 ways to factor, and some of them are cutesy and some of them are straightforward, and there's videos and step-by-steps on all of them. So there's really no excuse not to go locate the help that you want to help. Also, if you want to go to our online textbook that you go to, if you go to either the Algebra 1 or the Algebra 2 book, they teach factoring in there too, so you can go and watch the Mr. Berger and all those kind of videos from there if you want something you're a little more familiar with and that you trust. But there are 4 questions on the test next class over factoring, so make sure you know how to do this. Don't skip around. Okay, so we did this same worksheet over baby ones that I call baby ones, and what I mean by baby is that the A term is always 1 earlier in the year, and you had to factor with PAP and HELP, and you had to factor throughout the year. So I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. So you label your coefficients. Whatever's with the x squared is always A, whatever's with the x is always B, and whatever's by itself is always C. So this x, all it's doing is helping you pick out the right combination that you want. So to pick that out, you multiply A times C and put it in the top of the x, and then you just take directly B and you put it in the bottom. And by that I just mean the numbers, not the letters. So in this one, A times C would be 1 times 6 is 6, and B is 5. So what you're looking for in the x is you want 2 numbers that are going to go in the left and the right there that will multiply together to get you to the top and add together to get you to the bottom. So factors of 6 are, you only have 2 choices. You either have the choice between 1 and 6 or between 2 and 3. Okay, but they have to add up to get you 5. So 1 and 6 would subtract, they don't add. So that's why we want 2 and 3. Now, if it's a baby one, that your work is almost all the way done. All you do is take these 2 numbers and put them in their own parenthesis. X plus 3 because it's positive 3, and x plus 2 because it's positive 2. Now, from here, your thing is factored. You just have to solve it. So notice this is still set equal to 0, just like the original equation was. So you just take each parenthesis, set it equal to 0. X plus 3 is equal to 0. Move it over by subtracting, so x is equal to negative 3. X plus 2 is equal to 0, so you move the 2 over to solve for x. X is equal to negative 2. And there are your 2 answers. Okay, factoring is the opposite, it's the inverse operation of foiling. So when you get to this point, if you're not sure you did it right, feel free to go back and FOIL these back together. X squared plus 2x plus 3x, so 2 plus 3x would be 5x. And then 3 times 2 would be 6. So you can always check your work here. Okay, let's look at this one down here. So A times C would be 1 times negative 4 is negative 4, and B is negative 3. Don't forget about these minus signs. So AC, negative 4 goes on the top, B goes on the bottom is negative 3. So factors of 4, you only have 2 choices, 1 and 4 or 2 and 2. Well, since you're trying to get to 3, obviously that one's out. You got to have a negative somewhere because it's negative 4 and negative 3, so that means the negative has to be with the 4 to make it go to negative 3. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3, so you checked them both off there. So then this is a baby one because x is 1, so everybody gets their own parenthesis and then solve it out. Okay, last example for this, same concept. 1 times 15 is 15. Negative 8 is your B, so he goes in the bottom. Factors of 15, you only have 2 choices, 1 and 15 or 3 and 5. Oops, 3 and 5. So if you're looking to get to 8, 3 and 5 is the ticket. So here's the thing though, I need to be at positive 15 but negative 8. So the only way to get to negative 8 would be if I make them both negative. Negative 5, negative 3. When you multiply them, you get back to positive 15. When you add them, you stay at negative 8. So that way they're both negative. X minus 5, so move the 5 over and you get 5. X minus 3, when you move the 3 over, you get positive 3. Okay? Watch the second video for the non-baby ones. That's probably where you'll need more help.